So hey everyone, you're welcome to the final League of Ireland Premier Division preview of the season. And just in case you haven't been paying attention, the situation going into the final round of games on Saturday at 4:30 is in some ways quite straightforward and in other ways not. Shamrock Rovers are champions, Cork City are relegated. Derry City and Shelbourne are in Europe, but second place really matters if Shamrock Rovers beat Cork City in the FAI Cup final. There's 3 teams on 51 points trying to get fourth, which will get you into Europe if Shamrock Rovers beat Cork City in the FAI Cup final. And then there's 3 teams at the bottom on 38 points, all trying to avoid a promotion relegation playoff, which would actually extend their season and delay any holidays that players have got booked for Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or whenever it is. So Aidan Fitzmaurice is with me. So we have jeopardy. Now, it's all conditional in some cases on the cup final result, as we've suggested. But I think what we have going into the final round of the season is 5 games where in each game there's a storyline, there's something worth following. So, I don't know. I mean, let's just keep this open. What grabs you? What grabs you from the final game of the season?
Well, the main ones, title and relegation, are done as we know. So it's Europe and the playoff, because you still have that back door for the relegation. But to me, Shelbourne and St Pat's, Dublin derby, always tense, but so much in the background there. Shelbourne already guaranteed Europe. Shelbourne on fine form, 5 in a row, and St Pat's really struggling for form and needing Europe. St Pat's really got accustomed to European football and European revenue over the last couple of years. So the 2 clubs, I think, most on edge on the last day are Bohemians and St Pat's, who could both miss out. Because Drogheda, of course, can still...
Yeah, and this is the thing. Well. So just to explain to people, so we have the 3 teams on 51 points, but Drogheda United have the worst goal difference. So they have to beat Bohemians at home in every scenario. If they do that and St Pat's drop points away to Shelbourne, then Drogheda are into Europe, which would be an incredible story given what they've been through this year. If Bohs win that game, but St Pat's win, I mean, it is in the hands of St Pat's. And to me, the most interesting story is Pat's, because, I mean, at the start of the season, I tipped them to win the league. I mean, I feel silly about it now, but like I probably got caught up in that wave of positivity at the end of last year. It's Mason Media's last game, which is obviously a big storyline. They would have preferred that to be the FAI Cup final. Obviously, there'll be massive disappointment to Bohs if they miss out in Europe, because of just the famine at that club in terms of European football, because they were second, like almost been talked about as a title contender at one stage. So it would be a hell of a collapse with the new contracts for management and so on. But for me, the biggest failure would be Pats if they messed out. I feel like they're under the most pressure going into Saturday.
They are, and the reason why... I don't think there's a lot of confidence, given how poor Bohemians were at home to Shelbourne last week. There's not a huge amount of confidence from Bohemian supporters going to Drogheda. But for St Pat's, 2 things count against them. Their away record in general is poor. The record in Dublin derbies is very poor. Their away record in derbies is awful. I think it's 2 points from all of the away derbies this year. I could be wrong on that, but certainly it's very, very poor that they haven't. You know, Shelbourne went to Dalymount and won. Other clubs have been away to do that, to go away to a Dublin venue win. St Pat's haven't done that, and they did look. I've seen quite a lot of Pats in the last few weeks, and I know we talk a lot about XGs and things like that, but the chances they have, but the return for chances that they get is very poor, and particularly the goal they conceded against Waterford last week, the simplest goal possible. They've conceded an awful lot from set pieces in the last few weeks. Simplest goal possible, a corner and a free header for Ryan Burke on the edge of the area. That stuff you work on in training, you prep for that. So I wouldn't have an awful lot of confidence. I think both of them could lose. I think Bohs and St Pat's could both lose this weekend.
Yeah, I think Pat's is funny because their overall defensive record isn't bad, but they just concede goals at all the wrong times, and I think there's this sense of just not being able to trust them that exists in their fan base. Now, Tolka, I mean, one of the best League of Ireland games in recent memory was in Tolka Park last year. Like, they have won there, although their recent record against Shells is poor. And for them, they'd obviously prefer if Shells had nothing to play for. Yeah. But Shells have to, so I think, I do think Derry City will win in Cork. I do think that scenario was the most likely one. I don't think we need to dwell on that game too much. But still, there is a chance for Shells that, look, it's 0-0 in Derry with 60 minutes and Pats have to chase the game. So let's just say Pats don't win that game, right? And I think it's a scenario. They're such a team that can produce the odd performance. I mean, it still wouldn't be a massive shock if they did it. But what happens what's the mentality around that game in Drogheda? Because Drogheda have beaten Bohs in every game this season. They've frustrated the life out of them. but also played well at times and been really clever in terms of a sort of a sucker punch, and they roped Bohs in a little bit in the last game in Dalymount. So what's your feeling around that game?
I wouldn't have much confidence in Bohemians, I think, unless they can somehow find an energy that was missing in the last two games. But I would think supporters travelling, Bohs have again sold out their away allocation. It will be full. Drogheda have sold out the home tickets. But I think the level of anger I saw on Dalymount last week when Bohemians 2-0 up at home to Shelbourne, they got it back to 2-1. To lose 3-2 when you're leading 2-0 was, for most fans, unforgivable. It was quite poisonous. A lot of the time when Bohs haven't been doing well, the anger from the support is vented towards the manager and the management team. It was coming towards the players this time. There was players getting stick when they're coming off. Bohs had meant to present the Player of the Year trophy at the end of that. They had to abandon that because it would have been absolute carnage. I don't sense that if it's the other way around, if Bohs had been 3-0 down and come back to 3-2 and still lost, but lost with a bit of fight, they just completely surrendered it. They were appalling defensively. Again, the things I've been saying about Bohemians all year, the lack of leadership, the lack of unity in the team, I don't have confidence. They could prove me wrong the same way St. Pat's could muster up an amazing performance to go to talk and win. I just don't think either scenario is. I think there's a nervousness. Bohemians, the players will have got that heat and that anger from their own supporters at home last week. I think it's going to take a huge swing for Bohemians to change that, for the Bohemians players to lead on the field and to get the fans back on side. But certainly I think Bohemians fans are travelling not in expectation of a win, but an expectation of being let down again.
Yeah, and I think the problem with that mood as well is that the nature of the game against Drogheda, that you need to be patient.
Yeah.
They don't have that. Douglas James Taylor's been out, and they don't have that focal point, so you have to be patient. And if there's a bit of anxiety around the place, so there's a lot going on there. Now the situation at the bottom, it's an intriguing one, because the way things have worked out, we've got 3 teams on 38 points. Galway United have the best goal difference, so they go to Waterford knowing that a draw will make them safe. Sligo Rovers have the second best goal difference, so they're in a weird situation going to Tala against Shamrock Rovers, who, looking at their team, are going to rotate. They're going to Athens and a cup final next week. So it's going to be a week in Shamrock Rovers. It's a trophy presentation. It's a little bit of an event where, they've dropped points in these type of games before. But Sligo Rovers, naturally enough, like, a draw is probably, a draw is going to be fine for them. So they're sort of, but they have to sort of see what's going on elsewhere. Do they suddenly are in a situation where, like, a defeat is a disaster? And then you've got Waterford, who basically have the most clear-cut equation of them all, in that they just, well, I suppose for Galway, a draw is clear-cut, they're safe. Yeah. For Waterford, they have to win.
I think it depends on the opposition, Shamrock Rovers, and we asked Stephen Bradley after the game on Wednesday night, I mean, how do you approach that? The clearly celebration mood, there was champagne, there was Rockshore, there was, the in-party mood, and what do you do? And I put it to Bradley about, you have to respect the integrity of the league, and he made the point about it'd be unfair to John Caulfield, because I think Bradley and John Caulfield have a very good relationship, and he said we can't do that to John Caulfield and Galway.
Sure, but he has to look after.
He does. So he's already said Josh Onan won't play. Michael Noonan was away with the under-17s. I think Michael Noonan might come back maybe to play in that game. So, but they will. Tinker. But I mean, who they brought off the other night? They brought out Graham Burke, Dylan Watts, players like that to come in. So
League Race will probably come back, having been suspended for Wednesday.
So Shamrock Rovers will still. So that's tricky for Shamrock Rovers to do. You would think that Sligo, I think they've been good away from home. They've gone to places like Talca and challenged. They led the last time they were in Talca. They've Elding very much in form. I think Will Fitzgerald has been one of the most underrated players in the league. So I actually think this is a chance for Sligo to take for that. I'm not saying Shamrock Rovers are going to surrender it, but I think Sligo, John Russell has managed to get coax good results, especially away from home, especially in Dublin from Sligo Rovers. They've gone to Dalymount and done well. They've gone to Talca and scored. So I think Sligo Rovers can do that.
Yeah, of course. If Sligo Rovers avoid defeat, they're safe based on the scenarios elsewhere. Yeah. So maybe it's some ways it's clear cut for them too. But it's the other game for me, because I think Waterford, under Matt Lawler, have improved. Obviously, he's got results across the season. It's just a matter of this Galway United resilience that went away for a while. It's come back a little bit in the last couple of weeks. But can Waterford just produce one more? I think there's been some inconsistent players that have frustrated people, but there are some good players there who can. I don't know if you put the Waterford and Galway squads down man to man and they all showed up. I kind of wonder who I would fancy. I feel I would lean towards Waterford, but Galway, you feel like you might trust them more in this type of situation.
I think Waterford had the advantage in Porrigamon that give him a chance and he probably will score. Porrigamon does often. I've seen him in games where he's got one chance in a game and scored. Sligo, I saw them against Shamrock Rovers on Wednesday. They had chances. I mean, Aaron Bulger had a brilliant chance to score. Clear on goal, ball came into him. I didn't think he'd land. They had other maybe panicked attacks, so I think a bit more composure. Galway could have scored 2, maybe even 3 goals away to Shamrock Rovers. They just seemed to lack that composure. And I think someone like Pádraig Hammond would have finished that chance. It's all hypothetical, but Hammond has that deadly finisher. I think Aaron Bulger just didn't seem to expect the ball to get to him. Galway score that, they possibly get a draw, and then the last weekend has a different complexion. So I think Pádraig Hammond could be the decider there just because he's so much in form.
Yeah, no, it's going to be good. It's Saturday 4:30. People might be wondering why that is. It's to be nice to the Gardaí. They didn't play the games on Friday night with Halloween. That would have been a bit of a challenge. The rugby on Saturday evening with Virgin Media, they're going for Saturday 4:30, which is quirky, but actually I'm quite looking forward to it. It's sort of early evening. People have still got plenty of time to get to the games and following the scores from elsewhere, and then some teams are going to be celebrating on Saturday night. One team will be preparing for a playoff and not celebrating or doing anything at all. And maybe for Shamrock Rovers and Cork City, it's suddenly what's coming around the corner.
It's also what happening elsewhere. And back in the day, this is a game where if you watch this and reeling in the ears, people would have had transistor radios up to the ear. If the cameras go across the crowd in any of the games on Saturday, I think you're going to have people looking at their phones, looking at FAI Connect to see what else is going on. It's that nervousness that what you do on itself mightn't be good enough. So whether that's for Europe at the bottom, relying on favours, it's very nervous. There will be some happy people. There's some very angry people, either Bohemians or St. Pat's, or possibly both.
Some of those people might be angry, I think.
I think they will, but particularly for St. Pat's, because, as I said, accustomed to Europe, so there could be more angst. People heading out, leaving the ground at 6:30 on Saturday evening, heading out into the night. People might be more going home to wallow in self-pity rather than going out in the town.
Right, off the fence here. Who's going to be 4th and who's going to be 9th?
Drogheda and Waterford.
Drogheda and Waterford. Okay, I'm going to go for Bows and I'm going to go for Galway. So we have a nice variance of opinions there. That's the final League of Ireland Premier Division preview of the season. We will have a video on Saturday evening after the games. We're going to be sort of around the grounds a little bit. And we look forward to that. We look forward to the drama, hopefully, and we will talk to you soon.